She disappeared. No texts, no calls, no explanations. And just when you finally started moving on, she reaches out. One message, one hey, one innocent question that reopens everything. And now you're stuck thinking, what does this mean? Should I reply? What do I say without looking weak? Listen carefully. The way you respond in this moment determines whether you regain your power or lose her respect forever. Today, I'll show you exactly how to respond when she reaches out after silence using female psychology, emotional dynamics, and dark psychological truths most men never understand. Stay with me because one wrong reply can undo weeks or months of progress. Most men fail right here. Not because they don't care, but because they care too much. Before we dive deeper, a quick message. If you've been learning from my videos and you want to support this work, you can subscribe to me on Facebook with a paid membership, send stars, or join my YouTube channel's paid community. Your support helps me create more powerful content for you, and I truly appreciate every bit of it. All right, now let's continue. Why she really came back. First, let's destroy a dangerous illusion. She didn't reach out because she suddenly realized you were the one. She didn't text because she missed you romantically. She reached out because something inside her shifted. Here are the real psychological reasons women reappear after silence. Her emotional safety elsewhere weakened. Her curiosity about you increased. Your absence created uncertainty. Her validation supply dropped, or she felt your emotional energy detach. Silence doesn't make women forget. Silence creates a vacuum. And humans, especially emotionally driven ones, hate unanswered questions. Women are relationship thinkers. They catalog emotional data constantly. When you go silent, you become the one variable in her mental database that remains unsolved. That incompleteness nags at her subconscious until she reaches out, not necessarily because she wants you back, but because she needs closure on the question, where does he stand now? Your silence communicated something her emotions couldn't ignore. You're no longer available as an emotional resource. That scarcity, that sudden absence of your attention, flips a psychological switch. What was once taken for granted becomes valuable. If she truly didn't care, she wouldn't have broken the silence at all, the biggest mistake men make. Let me tell you what not to do. Do not respond instantly. Ask where she went. Say, I missed you. Confront her emotionally. Act cold or angry. Over-explain yourself. Why? Because her message isn't about logic, it's about emotional positioning. The moment you chase clarity, you lose leverage. See, when men respond immediately with questions like, where have you been? Or, why didn't you text me back? They're essentially handing over their power. They're revealing that her absence affected them deeply. They're showing that they were counting the days, checking their phone, wondering, waiting. That kind of emotional transparency might seem honest, but in the context of attraction dynamics, it kills mystery. It removes any doubt she might have had about your emotional independence. And the moment she knows you were affected, she relaxes, the tension dissolves, the curiosity dies. Women are attracted to emotional challenge, not emotional certainty. When you give her certainty too quickly, you remove the very ingredient that made her reach out in the first place. Your response should never be emotional, it should be strategic. Understand this first. She is testing you, whether she knows it consciously or not. Her message is a test. She's asking, does he still need me? Did I still affect him? Did he move on? Am I still important? Your reply answers all of those questions in one sentence. And most men answer them incorrectly. Think of it this way. Her text is like a probe sent into your emotional territory. She's gathering intelligence. She wants to see if you're still the same man who was emotionally invested, or if something has changed, if you've evolved, if you've detached. This isn't necessarily malicious, it's instinctive. Women are wired to assess emotional stability in men. It's a survival mechanism hardwired over millennia. A man who falls apart emotionally when she pulls away is on a subconscious level perceived as less capable of handling life's uncertainties. So when she reaches out, she's checking, is he still reactive or has he leveled up? Your response is the answer, the power frame you must hold. Before you reply, lock this mindset in. You are not reacting to her message. You are allowing access to your presence. She reached out because you were silent. So don't break the frame that brought her back. Calm, grounded, unrushed, unattached. That's power. This is about internal state, not external performance. You're not pretending to be unbothered. You actually are unbothered because you've spent your time away from her building yourself, focusing on your purpose, reconnecting with your value. When you reply from this place, your words carry a different energy. There's no neediness, no hidden agenda, no desperation for validation, just presence. And presence is magnetic. The strongest reply never asks questions. It creates intrigue. How long should you wait to reply? Here's the truth. Waiting isn't about manipulation. It's about emotional regulation. Reply when you're calm, you're centered, you're not hoping for an outcome. For most situations, a few hours is perfect. Not instant, not dramatic, just natural distance. The waiting period isn't a punishment. It's not a game. It's a buffer that ensures you respond from your prefrontal cortex, the rational, strategic part of your brain, rather than your like. When you see her name pop up on your screen, there's a physiological reaction. Your heart rate increases, adrenaline spikes, old feelings resurface. If you reply in that state, you're replying from emotion, not logic. Give yourself time. Let the initial wave pass. Go for a walk, hit the gym, talk to a friend. Then, when you're back in your body and your mind is clear, craft your response. That's when you're truly powerful. What to say and why it works. Now, listen closely. Your reply should be short, neutral, warm, but detached, open-ended without chasing. Examples, hey, hope you've been well, or hey there, what's up, or hey, nice hearing from you. That's it. No emojis, no emotional charge, no questions that beg. Notice what these replies don't do. They don't apologize. They don't explain. They don't justify. And they don't seek reassurance. They're clean, simple, dignified. They acknowledge her without rewarding her. They're friendly without being overeager. They leave space without creating awkwardness. This kind of response keeps the ball in her court. She reached out, so now she has to continue investing if she wants the conversation to progress. You're not doing the heavy lifting. You're not trying to revive something. You're simply responding with the same energy you'd give an old acquaintance. And that levels. That's what keeps her intrigued. One sentence can communicate strength, desperation, or indifference. Why this drives her crazy in a good way? Because it does three powerful things. It doesn't punish her. It doesn't reward her. It doesn't reveal your emotional position. This creates uncertainty, and uncertainty fuels attraction. She now wonders, did he move on? Why isn't he asking? Why do I feel nervous? You flipped the dynamic. Before she had all the information, she knew you liked her. She knew you were invested. She knew you'd probably respond if she reached out. That predictability made her comfortable, and comfort kills attraction. Now she's uncertain, and uncertainty activates the same neural circuits as curiosity and desire. She starts thinking about you more, wondering what you're doing, who you're with, why you're so unbothered. Ironically, by caring less about the outcome, you become more attractive. By refusing to play into her expectation of how you'd respond, you become unpredictable. And unpredictability is intoxicating. What if she says something casual? If she keeps things light, match her tone, she says, just checking in. You reply, gotcha, hope everything's good on your end. You're not escalating, you're observing, let her invest first. Matching energy is critical here. If she's casual and you come in heavy with emotion or intensity, it creates a mismatch that makes you look overeager. Stay calibrated, stay measured. This also serves as another test. If she's truly interested, she'll continue the conversation, she'll add more, she'll ask questions, she'll create openings. If she doesn't, if she just replies with another one-liner and lets it die, then you know her reach out was more about her ego than genuine interest. And in that case, you've saved yourself from investing in someone who isn't truly invested in you. Whoever invests emotionally first loses leverage. What if she apologizes? This is important. If she says, sorry, I disappeared, do not say, oh, it's okay, I understand. Instead, say, I appreciate you saying that. Why? Because forgiveness is earned, not given freely. When you immediately excuse her behavior, you're communicating that her actions have no consequences. You're telling her subconsciously that she can come and go as she pleases, and you'll always be there waiting with open arms. But when you acknowledge her apology without absolving her, you maintain your self respect. You're saying, I hear you, I recognize your accountability, but my forgiveness and trust are valuable. They're not automatic. This doesn't mean being cold or punishing, it means being honest. Respect yourself enough to not pretend her disappearance didn't matter. What if she asks to meet? Now we're talking. If she suggests meeting, that means curiosity turned into intention. Respond calmly. Yeah, we can do that. Let me know when works. No excitement, no validation, no over availability. You're allowing, not chasing. Notice the phrasing, we can do that, rather than I'd love to or absolutely. You're agreeing to the possibility, not celebrating it. And by asking her to suggest a time, you're making her continue investing in the interaction. If she's serious, she'll propose a time. If she's just testing your availability, she'll go vague. And vague responses tell you everything you need to know. Calm confidence is the most seductive energy there is. What if she goes silent again? This is where men destroy themselves. If she disappears again, you do nothing. No follow-ups, no hey texts, no emotional collapse, because silence already worked once and it will work again. Understand this. If she goes silent after reinitiating contact, it means one of two things. Either she got the validation she was seeking and moved on, or she's waiting to see if you'll chase. Either way, your move is the same. Nothing. You don't double text, you don't check in, you don't break. You return to your life, your purpose, your mission. You let her absence be her choice, and you let your silence be your strength. The real goal is not her attention. Here's the truth most dating advice won't tell you. The goal isn't to get her back, the goal is to never lose yourself again. When you respond from power, you attract respect. You command interest. You remain centered. Whether she stays or leaves, you win. This entire framework isn't manipulation, it's self-preservation. It's about protecting your peace, your dignity, and your emotional sovereignty. It's about recognizing that your value doesn't decrease based on someone else's inability to see it. When you operate from this place, outcomes become irrelevant. You're no longer trying to force someone to want you. You're simply being the kind of man who naturally attracts the right people and naturally repels the wrong ones. When you stop needing her response, she starts needing yours. Final shift in mindset. She didn't return because you waited perfectly. She returned because you detached. That's the secret. Not games, not tricks, not manipulation. Emotional self-control. Detachment isn't apathy, it's freedom. It's the ability to care about someone without being controlled by that care. It's the capacity to want something without needing it. And that energy, that freedom, is what draws people in because it's rare. Because most people are desperate, most people need validation, most people collapse when someone pulls away, but you stay standing, you stay whole, you stay you. And that's the most attractive thing in the world. If this video helped you understand female psychology on a deeper level, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. And don't stop here. Check out the other videos on this channel for more wisdom, truth, and psychological insight that most men never hear. Stay calm, stay powerful, and never chase what should come naturally.